What's up, 10 Scale Squad? We out here in the thick of it.
Yeah, we are.
The new Axial SCX6. Well, I guess it's been around for a little while, but they just released the new one. The, what's it called? Honcho? Doodle? It looks pretty awesome, but you may not know this, but it's actually not the first like big, large scale RC crawler. Redcat did it years ago with the Clawback. And in this video, we're gonna look at the Clawback, see what it's like out here on the trail, see how it compares to a 10 scale crawler, and maybe do a little top trumps when it comes to that versus the Axial.
Let's give it a go.
So the headlines, it's 5th scale, which means just massive. It is a pain in the butt to take anywhere. You know, it takes up your entire trunk, your entire back seat. It's running on a 3S LiPo today. It is dual motor, that is motor on axle, so there's no drive shafts to get caught up, nothing crazy like that. Simple technology, no weird, exotic, crazy, censored brushless motors, just good old raw brushed DC power. Lexan body, 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steer, comes totally ready to run, or at least it did. I don't think you can get them anymore. But the thing is just a beast. I'll show you what I mean. All right, you want to drive it?
Sure.
I mean, just look at this thing. There it is. There's the tire next to my hand. I mean, the thing is just massive. You got to get way back here just to get it in one shot. So if you've seen us play out here before, you know that a 10 scale truck will get up on this no problem with room to spare. The Clawback, on the other hand, it's going. It's going. Yeah, brushed motors matter. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. And here you can see no drive shafts in there, just offset links. So the ground clearance is pretty awesome, at least under the truck. You're certainly not gonna bottom out on anything. And there you can see the dual motor action. There's the, whoa! Here is the hill climb. It's really hard to see on camera, but it is really, really steep. Nothing's ever really made it to the top, but this thing with those super aggressive tires should get pretty close. Ugh. Oh yeah, there's a little stumperoni right there. Yeah, get it. Yeah, get it. Right there you can kind of see just how steep this thing is. But, you know, super long wheelbase, really aggressive tires. It does okay. I'll tell you what, that's the furthest anything's got up there. So we're gonna compare it to this. This is the custom built, viewer requested, whatever. You guys basically told me to build this thing, so here it is. And I haven't really driven it since I built it. So it's out here. Now this is only on 2S. And it's a brushed motor, you know, 2S LiPo, 4-wheel drive, obviously. But this is a traditional ladder chassis, yeah. And the tires on this thing, if I'm honest, were pretty budget spec, and I'm not the biggest fan of them. It's more set up for trailing as opposed to like heavy off-roading. Yeah, you got further with the Clawback, that's for sure. But to be totally honest, that's not bad. Look at the torque twist in it though. The suspension, the shocks on that thing, they're really soft. Oh no! So yeah, it doesn't have a licensed body, but neither does the new Honcho. I mean, yeah, we all kind of know it's supposed to be a Toyota, but you know, it's not a licensed body. And yeah, this is not a licensed body either, but we all know what it's trying to be. It's got all the Ford F-250 vibes going on. I feel like I can be way more precise with a 10th scale. Like, it's just smoother. I don't know, with crawlers, it really feels like 10th scale is just about right. Maybe that's because this place was kind of designed for that, and most RC crawlers are designed around, you know, obstacles kind of like this. But I don't know, with the clawback, it just feels like you're more maximum berries, smashing full out, trying to get over stuff. I mean, it is a lot of fun to drive, and it's a whole different procedure, a whole different mindset, a whole different strategy when you're crawling. But I don't know, 10th scale, I mean, it's 10th scale garage. What do you expect me to say? So challenges for a 10th scale, this thing just absolutely eats it up. And things that you could never dream of doing in a 10th scale, you can do with this. So it's just a different style of driving, really. Here we are at the Gatekeeper. This is another really, really steep hill, but it's actually kind of like a path with twists and turns. You get some side hill action going. And yeah, it's no problem. No problem.
Whoop.
Oh, until you hit the tree. Oh yeah, it loves it.
Oh.
That's a hand of God, and that is 100% cheating.
We need to get rid of that.
Yeah, we do.
That was not the hand of God. That was getting it over our interruption.
The interruption. It's part of the challenge. You ever notice when someone just designs like a really poorly designed obstacle, they say, oh, well, it's just part of the challenge. It's like, or you just suck at building obstacles. I'm talking to you, Jody. Yes. Yes. Nicely done. Oh, you can still get it. You can still get it. You can still get it. Yes.
Oh, I got scared. Close enough.
This thing is a really fun crawler to drive. And believe it or not, it's actually pretty budget spec. Like, that thing was not crazy expensive to put together. If you're interested, there's actually a couple of videos that we did. One, making the body, and two, actually building and testing the truck. I'll put them over in the doodle. There you can see the motor on the axle and the transmission for it, obviously, is over on that side. Pretty close, pretty close. How are you gonna handle this part right here where the wheel dips off completely? Oh!
It went out again and then started again.
So I know that they did, or maybe they still do, make upgraded transmissions for this thing, which I kind of want to get. That way I can put brushless motors in it and really get this thing cranking. That would be fun. I've said that I'm going to do that for the last like 4 years. I still haven't done it. Considering parts for this thing is getting pretty hard to find.
Sure that parts availability is down to nothing, aren't you?
Yeah. Maybe I should get on that. The shocks on this thing are super beefy. They're not very soft though. They're really, really stiff. I do have them set. I do have them cranked pretty hard.
That's still awesome flexibility.
Yeah.
That rear tire is still touching.
This doesn't have like a ladder chassis. It has like a two-sided chassis frame. So really, really good for crawling. So as far as fun factor goes, driving something 5th scale is just, I don't know, it's unlike anything else you've ever driven. So we could do like crab walking, opposite, steering, just rear steer, or of course front steer. Yeah, get the opposite steering going there. What the heck?
It's when the rear one turns, it cuts out.
There she goes. Well, you broke it.
You broke it.
You broke it. And that's the Redcat Clawback. So, is the Clawback better than an Axial SCX6? To be totally honest, I don't know. I've never driven an SCX6. And when they first came out, I really wasn't that interested in them. But as time goes on, especially with the new honcho, that might be on the radar. The Clawback is definitely bigger than an SCX6. If you speak M&Ms, this is about 149, the wheelbase is about 149 M&Ms longer, which for us here in Freedomville is around about 6 inches. So it's a lot bigger than that. Maybe that's a good thing because that means it's going to be easier to transport and take around. I think the SCX6 looks better. I know that's objective. Not that there's anything wrong with the way that this looks, but I don't know. You know, all of this stuff happening, you know, the motor on axle kind of takes away from the scale look of the thing. You know, the windows are just stickers. All this stuff is plastic. The wheels, I do like the wheels, but I don't know. This kind of style, you know, paint matched or finish matched wheels, it's just not my thing. This is all plastic and yeah, it's pretty, just kind of spoils the overall appearance and look and spirit of the thing, in my opinion. The transmitter, while it is decent for a ready to run, it's not nearly as good as like my Spectrum that I use for pretty much the rest of my crawlers. But this thing is super fun to drive, even compared to an SCX6. You know, all-wheel steer, motor on axle, super capable, and it's just a big chungus.
I like big old chunguses.
Anyways, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Do you have a clawback? Have you ever seen the clawback? Or are you an SCX6 kind of person? Or are you a 10 scale, always and forever kind of homie? I think I might be at the end of the day. Maybe I ought to just sell this thing. Or should I try and track down some of those heavy duty gears and brushless swap this thing and then really make it go bananas? Let me know what you think down below. And if this is your first time checking out the channel, welcome. I'm glad you found it. We like to do RC shenanigans like this all the time. We've got some wicked stuff coming up. You're gonna want to stick around. All right, guys, until next time. Chopping axials out here.
That's right.
Chopping them.